There were lots of great stories wedged between its many mismatched walls.
And my first response was, as long as it doesn't involve the love of Jesus, I'm in.
I have to say something to you. Oh, no, this is not going to be easy.
Partake in partying from this part on. Thank you.
Okay, Vibe Studio Entertainment. They are with this thing called Folken. Them having the 35th birthday celebration, and 1988. This is when it started. I think it was started in 1988, right? That the era was born. So that's my birthday, and this thing been going on for 35 years. And it was stupid of me to really ask if it's 1988. Because there's a big 35 birthday celebration. Anyway, this is Folken anniversary. What are we celebrating tonight?
Oh, Folken is celebrating 35 years.
Yeah.
in Stavanger.
And what is Folken?
Folkets hus. No, they do.
What they do?
It's an establishment. They do concerts, gatherings. They do stand-up comedy here. They are a bar. Loads of things.
Okay, so stand-up comedy,
They do events.
concert,
Yes.
and everything. And tonight they're celebrating their
35th birthday.
35th birthday.
Yeah.
And this is all the member of their organization, or what is it?
It's they invited. Yeah. I mean, people who have worked here, people who do work here, people who've been involved. They do volunteer. Like you can volunteer here to get discounts on the shows and stuff as well. So anyone who's ever done that, they invited back to the theatre group that I'm a part of, because we do our shows here. We do some of our shows here, and they said anyone who wants, of those people that were invited, come along.
Yeah.
Pizza, beer, a few acts, and then we party. Because it's a birthday party.
Oh yeah. So free birthday, free pizza, free beer, free wine. So what would you be doing tonight?
Okay, I'm reading an excerpt from a book written by a fella called Jacob Tom, who was a bartender at Folken for a bit. Anyway, he wrote a book. I think he wrote 2 books. But I'm reading an excerpt from one of his books, and that talks a little bit about something, I guess, that he experienced when he was working at Folken. Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Okay, can't wait to see it.
Jubelen sto akkurat ikke i taket når Aftenbladet skrev at Folken kom til å være konkurs før vi sang Ja, vi elsker det 2021.
Det næste vi skal have, det er en lille oplæsning, for det er sådan, at Folken også har inspireret en bog. En af vores tidligere bartender, som I sikkert stadig møder på bøger eller sådan en gang imellem, ikke? Jacob Tom har skrevet en bog, og jeg spurgte, om ikke han kunne komme og læse nogle sider op af den bog, hvor mye af handlingen foregår her. Det kunne han ikke, han er bortrejst, men så er det så godt, at vi samarbejder med de gode folk i Bats, og Martha har sagt ja til at læse de sider, som Jacob sagde, vi skulle læse op. Vi kommer her.
Takk for det. Jeg timet dette i går, og det tok meg omtrent 8 minutter, så nå vet dere hvor lenge, så ikke stønn før minutt 9. Now, this is where the larger story starts. Inside that theatre, built upon a hill. This was where I worked during my time in Stavanger, the People's Theatre, nearly 80 years after the German occupation. There were lots of great stories wedged between its many mismatched walls. It was a small hall carved out of the backbone of that old theatre house, around 100 years old at the time I started working. Can I get another? A foamy golden beer clapped against the wooden bar top. A support beam in the distance let out a whisper. Did you hear that creaking? Maybe it's the general. No, probably not. Again with the ghosts, Jacob? What? You know, I think about him every time I go to the basement to change the kegs. I can't help but think that his cursed soul is in the corner wondering if I think he was guilty. But it's not my place to judge such things. I just pour the beers. You're really putting a lot of thought into it. Maybe too much. OG wasn't a God-fearing man by any measure, but the thought of the ghosts in that hall rattled him. After 15 years of working that same bar, he's undoubtedly seen a thing or two. Yet, experience doesn't erase the sparkle in his expanding pupils, the darkness that fills his thoughts when he thinks about and sees the general or the protectionist in his mind's eye. Maybe you should think about it more. Or maybe, but definitely not here. OG slipped into thought as he spoke. What could ghosts possibly want with us, here, in this place? Well, I don't know. Maybe they are a reminder of what's to become of us if we stick around here forever, in this bar. OG nodded solemnly. I smiled at him. He was getting older himself, maybe 43 at that time. He was by no means a senior citizen, but he was at the point where the rest of your life becomes more clear and you can see the trajectory of one's own existence. As for the supernatural, OG might have felt threatened or even embarrassed at the idea that he was, in many ways, closer to them than to others that were more alive. Perhaps that fact fueled some sort of belief/non-belief relationship with them. I, for one, believed there to be a ghost, maybe more than one, soaked into the plaster walls of that building. Maybe not a projectionist, maybe not a general, but someone, something. Whatever it was, I could smell it being seeped up through the cracks of the floorboards, as if the ground was weeping. Sometimes a drawn-out hiss from the corner of the room. Or maybe that was the sound of weathered windowsills holding back the west coast winds, and maybe the smell from the floor was just the sticky wooden beams that had been soaked in beer. I think it's more likely a ghost. So, are you going to go down there and check or not? The beer taps ran on an electrically automated system in the bar. It could tell you when the beer was out, a helpful tool to have in an older building where the kegs that are being tapped are in a completely separate part of the building. The screen was flickering on and off for a bit, but neither OG or I wanted to go to the basement to see if there was anything to fix. Beer was still pouring, why fix what's not broken? And risk seeing the general? No, thank you. How do you ever change the beers if you can't go down there? Well, I just haven't been at work when the beers run out. It was the time of the day when the fading sun passed over the horizon of the meridian, whose highest point covers much of Rogaland and Buknafjord. By the way, Jacob, there's more posters laying out front. Damn it. Please welcome us now to the stage. Applause. Applause.
I've been practiced for my Norwegian for 9 years now. So my name is Shreyansh. Shrey, the machine, whatever. Sometimes resident alcoholic, and I have been here since 2013. And I was asked to give a speech about the house, what being a volunteer means. And at first I thought that I should prepare something, and then segue back into me being lazy. Nah, I'm just gonna wing it because I have way too many good memories here. I don't need to prepare when I'm talking about Folken. So I'll just take you through a quick journey that I've had being here at Folken. And this starts when I landed in Stavanger, August 2013. And then me being the alcoholic I found my way into the first house party on 21st of August. And then I met someone, and she asked me, are you willing to enjoy something really social? And please remember, this has already been about a week in Stavanger for me. And my first response was, as long as it doesn't involve the love of Jesus, I'm in. Yep, because if I'm looking for divine love, I have 200 million of my own. And then she reassured me that no, it's not for the divine love of Jesus. It's a really cool place run by volunteers, and there's a really cool show. I'm a sucker for live music, and that's how August 24th, 2013, I ended up at Folken. Had a blast of the time. August 26th, I started working at Folken. Brief resume of my volunteer creds. There might have been some beers involved in that decision. The plan for me was to come here, do my master's, and get out. I had a job waiting for me, and I was super focused. Again, this was pre-Folken, so also pre-alcohol. And then I found Folken. And I was a good volunteer. I did my 2 shifts, I saw some concerts, I drank my beers. And still, for the first half a year, in my head, the goal was still the same. I do my master's, get good grades, go back to my job. And then I started falling in love with the place. I promise it had nothing to do with annoying leaders who were way too kind to me, always up in my grill when I was sick, bringing me food. Who does that in Norway? Yeah, so it had nothing to do with that. It had nothing to do with amazing people I met here, who even though I didn't understand any Norwegian, I still don't. I do, but I don't. Still kind of accepted me as the weird dude who just sits here and drinks some beers and then he's on his way. Everything was going fine. And then I came towards my master thesis. And that was a moment of reckoning because I had done all the work. I'm a nerd, I'm Indian. I had done all the work, but I was really struggling to put it down into a thesis. And I decided one day before the submission of the thesis that I needed a break. I came to Folken, I sat down at the bar. I told my friend who was running the bar, I need some liquid courage. I need to get through this thesis. 16 beers down the line, I had a thesis ready, 80 pages, submitted it, passed it. I'm seeing the principal is here, so no, it was a good thesis. Yeah, please don't revisit that. You might, the university might regret a few things. And that was the turning point for me, 2015, when I was like, oh shit, I'm not getting rid of this place, am I? And then I changed my plans, and rest, I've just been here. Had a stint in academia, was unemployed, worked at the bar down here, that went well. And now, working like a regular person, still a volunteer. Jokes apart, and the entire background for all of this history, which might bore a few people, but some of you were laughing, so it was not in vain. The entire background on this story has been to show that this is a house, and not a house in terms of the brick and the mortar that builds this place, because Folken can be anywhere. But this is a house which has always been welcoming. I'm an Indian who came to Norway from Siberia. So I couldn't have been, and that was a choice. So I was a weird one to begin with. And I was accepted here. And time again, I have been a volunteer here for close to 10 years now. And I see that this is a house not made by the brick and the mortar, but by the community that gets nurtured in this house. And that community propagates its own. It's like this weird, The Last of Us cordyceps fungal zombie thing. You know, we are, the way I say it, it really sounds like that, and it really is like that. It's a community that's only aim is to propagate the kindness, the compassion, and the shared joy of making live music and live events happen. And when you get that bunch of people together, it propagates, it thrives. So that has been my experience of being a volunteer at Folken. Still am a volunteer. Not as much as I would like to be, but still am doing my dues. Still I'm here drinking my beers, applying some beer pressure to some new volunteers, and still we are a community. And on this day, I would just like to raise a glass to the community of the people who make this happen day in, day out. Old leaders that took me in, new leaders who are tolerating me, old volunteers who are still friends with me. Why? Like, oh, something is wrong with you guys. And, oh, no, you don't. You tolerate me. And new volunteers who don't know any better. So, to the community of this house, to the Folken of Folken, here's to you. We have had an amazing 35 years behind us, and here's to a couple of 35 into cycles more. Cheers.
Cheers! Well said!
Thank you, thank you.
Hallo, jeg heter Sigrid. Jeg har i motsetning til Shrey laget et lite notat. I tillegg til at jeg snakker norsk, for jeg orka ikke det bryet om å oversette alt det her på engelsk, for da hadde det bare blitt tull. Ja, som sagt, jeg heter Sigrid. Jeg flyttet hit til Stavanger i fjor i august for å studere vernepleier. Jeg kommer fra Moss, og var litt sånn, jeg må flytte langt unna, jeg er så lei av byen min. Og da var det sånn, ok, Stavanger, kult. Jeg kom inn, studerer nå vernepleier på VID. Og VID ligger nå rett oppi her. Så måten jeg fant ut av Folken var at jeg bare kjørte på veien til skolen, så kjører jeg buss her hver dag. Og så jeg en sånn plakat på en av de, jeg husker ikke helt hva det var, men det var noe sånn coverband av Rolling Stones. Og så var jeg sånn, ok, det må jo være noe sånn musikkgreier.
I have to say something to you. Oh, no, this is not going to be easy.
We'll try.
Oh, no, I can't.
Can I get you anything else?
No, thank you.
Very good.
Are you sick?
No, I'm fine. I can't sing. I won't sing.
God, you're having an affair.
No, I love you. No.
Okay.
I have to say it. Honey, you are becoming
A what? A bore?
worse.
There's nothing worse than a bore, Harvey.
Honey, you're becoming a bag lady. Oh,
A bag lady?
that's the hardest thing I've ever had to say.
You mean one of these like old ladies that takes trash in the shopping cart and they talk to themselves and have lice in their hair?
No, I didn't say you had lice in your hair.
Yeah, but you said it was a bag lady.
No. I said I didn't say you are a bag lady. I said you're becoming a bag lady.
So that's kind of like becoming a werewolf, right?
No, I'm serious here, honey.
Yeah. Well, look at me. I mean, I'm a little too young to be an old bag lady. Maybe a little too old to be prom queen, but a little too old. I mean, young to be the old bag lady.
Well, honey, old bag ladies did not start out as old bag ladies. I mean, they started out as young women.
And they went to a party and somebody slipped them a shopping bag.
Look, I'm just trying to make you understand, honey.
Because I have one singular IKEA shopping bag, I'm a bag lady?
Okay, it's not the fact that you have one bag, honey. It's what's in the bag is the problem.
So what should I not have in my bag so that I am not a bag lady?
Okay, well, a sweater.
A sweater.
Right. A plastic raincoat.
A raincoat.
Yes. A tennis shoe.
So a sweater, a raincoat, and tennis shoes make me a bag lady.
No, not tennis shoes. A tennis shoe. One, singular.
So one tennis shoe makes me a bag lady?
Why do you have one tennis shoe, honey?
To meet my one-legged wino lover down on Bravon.
Do you want to tell me about the picture frame?
Oh, it's lovely. It's got beveled wood. I think it's made of pine. It's like 9 by 12. There's this nice wire.
Why did you pick the picture frame out of the garbage, honey?
Oh, it wasn't in the garbage. It was next to the garbage can. It wasn't touching the garbage at all.
Why did you pick the picture frame up from next to the garbage, honey?
How else am I going to hang a picture with it?
Okay, what about the couch cushion?
The couch cushion is perfectly good. As soon as I put it on for my chair in my office.
So, what about the magazines? All of the magazines.
Why are you attacking me like this? What is really, really bothering you?
What's really bothering me is that my wife is collecting garbage. I think any man would be bothered by that.
What about the grapes?
You have grapes in there?
Well, I have everything. I'm a bag lady.
My God, you really are a bag lady.
A moment ago, I was becoming a bag
lady, and now I am a bag lady?
A moment ago, I didn't know that you had grapes in there.
So the grapes make me a bag lady?
Yes, the grapes and the sweater and the plastic raincoat and the one tennis shoe.
It's not hardly on the shoe that bothers you so much. I'll just get rid of it.
Honey,
Yes?
I need you to do me a favor. I need you to open your purse.
No.
Yes. Just humor me, honey. Just open your purse.
No.
Okay. I'm going to open your purse. Okay? Okay? I'm just going to open your purse. Okay? All right. Honey, what do you have in your purse?
Oatmeal?
Oatmeal. You have cooked oatmeal, honey. Why do you have cold, old, wet oatmeal in your purse? Honey, where did you make it at home and then just slop oatmeal into your purse, honey?
No.
Oh, where did you get it? Stover's. You went there for breakfast?
No, I went for a coffee.
Oh, you went there for coffee and you reached over to the next table and no?
It was at the table I sat down at.
You sat down at a dirty table.
It was busy. They were crowded. They hadn't cleaned it yet.
And then you took the oatmeal and the bowl and just put it in your purse.
It appears so.
Honey, what does a bag full of oatmeal make you?
Bag lady?
A bag lady. Not only that, but there's the ketchup bottle and the hubcap and the chicken bones, honey. Chicken bones.
I'm so embarrassed. I'm so sorry. I think you're right. I think maybe I'm becoming a bag lady. You're gonna have to stop me.
We can nip it in the bud here, honey.
You know, well, I have to leave the bag here because these women, they walk down the street and they talk to themselves and they sleep in doorways.
You'll never sleep in a doorway.
And then as they're walking around and they put stuff in the bags and then they talk to themselves and they get arrested and then they start weeding things in their hair. You got to keep me from doing that. You have to slap me.
Oh, I would never slap you.
Oh, you have to be forceful. And then, they walk around and they talk to themselves and then they don't have to worry about anything. They don't have to shave or clean the house or cook or worry about a man or a husband or anything. Oh my God, and as they go, they can just like start shouting at anybody. Fuck you, motherfucker, you puppet.
Honey, I'm so sorry.
No, I think I needed it. It's okay, baby. We'll just go home.
That's great, honey.
I'll take the sandwich though.
No, leave the sandwich, honey.
You're right. I don't need the sandwich. I need the bag.
Right.
But wait. If we leave the bag, the waiter might come after us and yell at us, "Hey, you left your bag." It would be really embarrassing. So I think I need to take the bag. I know a really, really good garbage bin over by Folken.
Oh.
And we can put it there. Wait, I know an even better place in Storehouse.
Oh.
Hi, my name's Chuck. I don't really have too much to do with Folken, but I'm part of a theater group called Bats, and we perform here at Folken sometimes. So, I've just heard a little bit about the history of Folken. Now, apparently, it was built sometime in the 1920s. Originally, it was used as sort of a local union meeting place. They would meet here to drink a little bit. Sometimes they would box, and sometimes they'd shoot off weapons here, apparently. And then apparently sometime in the 1940s, there was a bit of a fracas that some people commonly call World War II. The Germans were here. They occupied this building. In fact, they paid rent to the owners of this building. They weren't known for paying rent too much at that time, as I understand. I wasn't around. Anyhow, after that, right before it became what it is now, which is a concert hall now, right before that, though, it was a cinema. And in 1988, it became the Folken that we know and love.
So my name is Lisa, and I've been coming to Folken for more than 10 years now, mostly with the theater group, with Bats Theater. We come and we have a performance at least once a year, sometimes more than once. And yeah, so then I'm the producer of most of our plays, so then I'm coming here interacting a lot with management, and then spending a lot of time inside, like when the theater is actually closed.
So what would you be doing tonight?
Okay, well, tonight as part of this celebration, I'm actually going on the stage, which I never do.
Yeah.
But that was because there was supposed to be somebody that was coming, and then they couldn't come, so it wasn't fair to make somebody go on stage alone, I thought, so I volunteered myself.
Okay. Well, thank you for your kindness and your time.
Yeah, no problem.
Got it what? Nice. Yes. Dette er en låt jeg skrev for lenge siden, som jeg nylig har begynt å gjøre i litt ny drakt. Den heter Lollygagging. We think our problems are boring as long as they are not wrong. We're far too busy making up the lyrics to this song that's so wrong. Wanting to move on. Oh, you'll be wasting your time trying to make up your mind. And now, dear, if you don't mind, you could be wasting your time with me. If nothing else will be a single thing, it could just be a fling. I don't care that it's not special. I don't care that it won't last. The only thing I can do is leave it. Only doesn't faster than me. Please hold on and wait for me. Oh, you'll be wasting your time trying to make up your mind. And now, dear, if you don't mind, you can be wasting your time with me. If nothing else will be a single thing, it could just be a fling. And baby, you'll be wasting your time trying to make up your mind. And I mean, if you don't mind, you can be wasting your time with me. If nothing else will be a single thing, it could just be a fling.
Okay, let's start with your name and what do you do here in Folken?
Yes, my name is Emilia Eie, and I play music normally here at Folken.
Yeah, we saw a few. You're really great. You're a great singer. I can say.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, and how long have you been here in Folken?
I think I did my first show here at Folken probably over 10 years ago.
10 years ago.
Yeah, when I
And
was a
how old were
teenager.
you?
I'm sorry?
How old were you at that time?
Oh, at the time, I think maybe like 17 or 18. I was just like singing with a person who was performing here, and they needed a female voice.
Backup singing.
Yeah.
Okay, and if you don't mind, you don't have to answer, but how
worries.
old are you now?
Oh, I am 28.
28? Oh, you're still very young. So you've been performing here since 7 years, you say?
Yeah, so at the time, yeah, for around 10 years, I think. So I've been playing here like through Musikfest, like that festival, but I also played here with Mayas, because I did study jazz and improvisation. So we played here with different projects. So I've done free improv here, I've done punk rock here, I've done played bass here, sung here, ukulele, guitar, different things, whatever people would let me do.
And I just have to say, from me and Vibe Studio Entertainment, you have a great voice and you are great on stage. You have a wonderful performance. It was a wonderful performance and we enjoyed. And we thank you for your time.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Report. The country that celebrates their national holiday today. Known for four-leaf clovers. A full island in the Caribbean, known for their green fingers and also green cigarettes.
Jamaica.
Where was we? An extremely rich country used as a staging area for the US Army in the Iraqi War. The North African country that was led by Muammar al-Gaddafi.
Libya!
This North African country, no, sorry, that was the same question. A tiny rich state on the French Riviera known for its rally, its Formula One and its Casino Royale. Partake in partying from this part on. Thank you.
I am so pissed off that I wanted chocolate.
Okay, so I'm Jazz, and I've just realized, going through Folken in my head, that I have actually worked at Folken for more than half of its lifespan. Because I started here in 2005, at which point Folken was 17, and now it being 35, that's 18 years later, so fuck, man.
You've been here for a while.
I've been here for a while, yeah. So, I mean, I've been here to see all kinds of concerts. I have worked in all kinds of conditions. I've had all kinds of weird experiences, and it's been a great place. It's like when you get to a new place like Stavanger, you may not know very many people, but when you come to a place like this, you immediately find friends. You immediately find a second home, a home away from home, and it's just awesome. I mean, a lot of my very good friends now are people that I've met only through Folken.
Oh, that's great. Okay, so do you have like any more history about Folken, the original?
So I know that the building used to be a movie theater, and when I first started here, there was upstairs on the balcony there was a sort of huge projector, and so they had seating down here. And sometimes they've got a film club here, and they show films here as well, but they use more modern equipment. And then it stood empty for quite a few years before it was taken over in 1988 by Studentsamfundet in Stavanger, SMF. And then we've just been like running it since then.
So if you don't mind, will you be doing anything tonight? Like, what will you be doing tonight?
I've been rehearsing my lines because I have a pivotal role in a small sketch, which I'm doing with my colleagues Lisa and Chuck. And
hopefully I get a clip of that, but yeah.
Hopefully, because it'll be groundbreaking theatrical experience. And I only got the lines yesterday, so I'm trying to go through them again and again in my head. And hopefully I won't screw things up. But mainly I'm here just to like hang out with old friends, because like I said, some of the people that are here I've known for 18 years.
Okay.
So
thanks a lot. Thank you a lot for your time.
Cheers, man.
Okay, could you start with your name and how long have you been with Folken, and what do you do with Folken here?
Yeah, well, my name is Phil, and I've been coming to Folken since the late 90s.
Oh, wow.
But I've been performing here since about 2012, something like that.
Performing? What do you do?
I'm an actor in my free time.
Oh, nice.
When I'm not working for the Kommune.
Okay, what would you be doing tonight?
If what?
What would you be doing tonight? Would you be doing something? Would you be acting, comedian?
No, I'd be making out with my girlfriend.
Okay, so you won't be on stage tonight?
No.
Okay, but so you've been with Folken for how many years?
Well, I've been performing here on and off for 10 years, something like that.
10 years? Oh,
yeah,
wow, that's a long time. Okay. So I greatly appreciate your time and thank you. And I will try to get some more of your funny.
Thanks, Clive.
Thanks
Thank
a
you.
lot.
Thank you.
We had a train journey. We've had like 2 summer boats.
Yeah.
We're genuine. You know what I'm talking about, right? We're like, it's
People
you're
camping.
just sitting in front of the TV, going, "That's what the view from a boat is."
That was when I first moved
I
here
love it. I'm
in
like, this
July.
is so Norwegian. It's my favorite.
In July of 2018, when I first moved here,
Backstage
I
chilling.
was in a hotel with.
It's called who?
Makeup. Everybody's pretty with makeup. You'd be pretty too with makeup.
Fuck
Actually,
you.
I've seen you with makeup. You did look very pretty.
Cannot be pretty as shit.
Huh?
I cannot be pretty with no goddamn makeup. There's no way I can be pretty with no makeup.
Why not?
I'm a Rasta. Rasta don't be pretty with makeup. Rasta be pretty natural.
I understood what you said.
Mm-hmm.
That's not why I'm doing the face.
Why are you doing the face?
Why do you think I'm doing the face?
I don't know. I'm a Rasta. And Rasta don't wear makeup. Fire.
They don't read faces.
Fire.
Yeah.
Fire burn them.